We're back again. Another great Friday in August. Summertime is waning. It's 83 and humid here in Michigan. We were joined by a bunch of other Kevins, but that's okay. And thank God Felix is here. We've got a great crew, good stuff to talk about. Man, what a week. What a week. What a week. What a week. Art, how are you? What's going on? How are you doing? How you doing, Art?
Oh, well, what are you doing?
I don't know, man. Forget about it. You know what I'm saying? Do this, do a little bit of that, a little bit of this. It's all good.
So we'll go over some interesting. I don't know if it's going to be interesting this week, but we'll go over some news. Uh, there was a report Fujifilm weighs partial spinoff of Business Innovation Unit.
Ooh,
And that guy in the basement made a comment today that basically that was something he had predicted.
Actually, it was
oh,
the
yeah.
opposite. He didn't predict that.
Mm.
Just like he was never in bed with Lexmark, right?
Well, right. So it says Fujifilm's reportedly considering spinning off approximately 35% of its business innovation division, which includes office equipment, management services, document management, workflow software, and digital business solutions.
Oh, okay. That's
Uh,
a interesting thing.
I guess
Wow.
similar what IBM did with Lexmark many years ago.
Right. And we've been talking about what? Outside investment in the Japanese firms and things like that. So
Correct.
there's things going on. Wow.
Yeah, it says here proposed transaction is intended to unlock shareholder value while providing additional capital to support future growth. Fujifilm would retain majority ownership status
Oh,
while allowing businesses to operate with greater financial and strategic flexibility. No final decision has been announced. Company is evaluating.
So I went ahead and looked at the Tokyo Stock Exchange to see what information was actually given on that, because
yeah,
that
what's going on?
information is inaccurate. So they took a 16.5% plummet to 3,236 yen on the Tokyo Stock Exchange. Yeah, in one drop. Okay.
Hmm.
They missed earnings. They projected earnings of 77 billion yen, and they pulled in 51.2 billion was the actual
Ooh,
number.
big
Yeah.
drop.
Yeah, and drop. And they tried that staggering margin. That net income dropped 30%. Okay. So they thought that momentum was going to carry them, and it didn't carry them. Now the printer division that had an operating loss of 1.4 billion yen, but a year ago it had a 15.6 billion yen profit, supposedly. Because you got to remember, in the startup there wasn't any overhead yet.
Right.
So those are the real numbers, but that's a severely damaged margin if you want to know the truth. So they're going to go.
Yeah.
They're putting that money. They're going to sell that off. They're going to put that into biopharmaceutical contract development, um, and which is a highly lucrative industry. But I don't know what that'll do for their. Don't they have large print art?
Yeah, they got production. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah. They're in bed with Marco. They're in bed with Sharp. They've got their own production line. And Xerox still sells quite a bit of their production equipment.
Hmm.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
And they didn't sell that part off, just the MPS and the, what did you say?
No,
No, I think it's the whole thing. I
I
think
think
it's the
it's the
whole.
whole imaging
Yeah,
division.
Oh, so
yeah,
wide format goes away?
all of it.
Or
They're
did
gonna they're
I
gonna.
missed?
It's a 2 to 3 year execution plan, is what they
Okay.
submitted to the Tokyo Exchange.
Yeah. So includes office equipment. So that's the entire gambit.
Yeah.
Did they say who they're selling it to?
No, they would do a spin-off.
Oh, they're spinning it off.
They
Okay.
would do a spin-off. So that's why I went back to what IBM did with Xerox many years ago.
Oh, Lexmark. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah,
That's all right.
IBM
Yeah,
did
yeah. I remember
Lexmark.
that. Did, do you guys know was that side profitable at all? Did they break that out?
I'm reading through it right now. That 16.55% was 1 day adjustment. That was in 1 day.
Damn.
Just so you know, yeah. Um,
How do you
no,
survive
you're
that?
Art, you're right. It's all being bundled together. Um,
Hmm.
Interesting. Goes on here to the comment. It says, if completed, the move would represent one of the most significant structural changes to Fujifilm's office technology business. Um,
Wonder how big
so
it is. Damn, that's
so
amazing.
I looked at their P&E ratios and compared them to some of the other near misses that we know. So Fuji
Mhm.
Holdings has a P&E ratio of 14.06, 2.55 trillion yen. Canon in the same market, exact same segment, P&E ratio is 11.67 at 3.93 trillion yen. Seiko Epson is at 41.40 and 1.19 trillion yen. And Ricoh is at plus 2.79%, 11.6 P&E ratio, 920.69 billion yen.
Kevin,
So, so
you
in
were
the,
ready today, huh? You
Yeah,
did your
Kevin was.
well,
homework.
we normally I usually ask the question. Everybody has to stop and look at their computer. So I was like, okay, if I'm going to ask the question, I might as well have the answer, right? So in the grand scheme of things, there Fuji Holdings is just a little bit above Canon, which I found to be a little surprising. But and
Yeah.
on par with Ricoh and Canon, I'd say that's probably fair to say. Ricoh or Epson is 3 times that number, so that's a very, very profitable unit for Epson. So I don't know. Anyway,
Hmm.
that's all I know about that.
Wow.
Good information. Absolutely. All right. We'll move on to see where everything else takes us. Rico acquires stake in a company called how do you pronounce it? IXIS to expand digital infrastructure. Uh,
Ixis?
Ixis, I guess Ixis or yeah,
Ixis.
Ixis.
Hope they didn't pay for that.
Strengthen infrastructure for digital transformation. Investment expands Rico's capabilities into digital infrastructure systems, integration, enterprise transformation services. Ixis specialize in infrastructure engineering IT systems.
Says right here, robotics. The investment links Ricoh's data and sensing capabilities with Ixis Robotics.
That's kind of sexy.
Um, yeah, I didn't have that on my notes. I'm glad you picked that up because I had nothing about robots on my site. Yeah, everything, what goes around comes around, I guess.
Hasn't Ricoh been like the champion of trying to just be anything they can be to anybody?
Um,
I mean, if all these companies wouldn't,
they've tried it. I mean, they did buy a 3D company many years ago. There was
Oh,
just
that's
some,
right.
yeah,
right?
that they sold that. There was where they bought a garment
Yep.
printer. I don't know if they
Hmm.
sold that or if they still have that. Of course, we know
Lockers.
about the Doctorware acquisition. Um, but if I think from the latest press releases we've seen over the last 3 or 4 months, it's been more about acquiring these digital transformation type companies.
Yeah, and I just put something in the chat there. So Ricoh acquires stake in Ixis through the Ricoh Innovation Fund. So there was another AI robotics company. Remember that store, the 7-Eleven
Yep.
stores?
Yeah, we
So
spoke about it
mhm.
last week or the week before.
Yeah, so the Innovation Fund looks like it's investing in, well, at least two robotics companies, right?
So does Ricoh sell these companies or do they liquidate them after they get done with them?
Yeah. What?
Well,
I don't know. What is the history?
Yeah,
of
this
the innovations.
this, what I understand, they had an innovation fund a couple years ago. I don't know what happened to those companies, but this is a really new one, so there's been no exits or anything like that yet. But they're incubating them basically.
Because they have expertise in robotics. Is that why? How are they going to incubate them?
Oh, they give
Money.
them
They are
money.
working. They are
Yeah.
doing service and support for one of the humanoid companies. It might be IGIL, I believe, AGILE.
Yeah, Ricoh will give them money and they'll give them, engineering resources and let these companies, whatever they've invented, go do proof of concepts at different places, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they'll have the backing of a big company, but these are little, well, not little tiny startups, but they're smaller kind of companies, right? That have
All right.
maybe interesting technology, but not quite ready to go to market yet.
Over-the-counter stock.
Over the counter stock.
Yeah.
OTC. Yeah.
None of the mainstream want to invest in them yet,
Oh
but
yeah.
but there are
Probably
people that will. Yeah.
yeah, it's probably something like that.
Penny stocks. We call it
Yeah.
penny stocks.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I've got a good one here. I found this a little funny when I first saw it. China launches first foreign trade national security probe into imported office equipment. China on Wednesday launched its first national security investigation in the field of foreign trade, targeting imported printing and copying office equipment equipped with foreign system software.
Oh, jeez.
Awesome.
Oh,
So we
oh,
finally
really?
we're gonna get our own information back.
Oh, well, we could, maybe. You never
Sweet.
know.
Awesome.
All that
Oh
third-party
gosh.
software, geez, that would be DCAs. What else would it be? It would be document management, um,
Why would? Okay,
apps.
okay, okay. Why would they do
I
that?
mean, they're not affecting the. I don't know.
It sounds like. Do you think they're trying to dilute the idea that take the tension off the fact that we know they're doing it to us? So they're trying to act like it's happening to them too, like they're a victim as well.
Probably.
Equal the
It
playing
wouldn't
field.
surprise. Yeah, well, in the media, it wouldn't surprise
Right.
me if we weren't. All right. So I
Right.
mean,
Why wouldn't we?
of course, I think HP is really good at that. I think didn't they blow out the centrifuges back in a long time ago in Iran when the centrifuges blew up? It got snuck in on an HP2 or something like that. That's the rumor.
it could
So
be the next spying issues, right? With all this software running on these copiers from all different types of countries, not only the U.S.
yeah,
Well, that reminds
interesting.
me, I just launched a website that you guys would need to know about then if you want to have information on that. If you guys
Go
want to
ahead.
go look at it,
Websites are
Yeah,
dead.
put it in the chat.
I will do that.
So I'll go on. A Chinese Commerce Ministry spokesperson said the investigation would assess whether such imported equipment poses risk to the country's national security interests in foreign trade. Is this a bar maybe against HP in the U.S.?
Or the latest FCC thing. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah. I mean, this just came out a few days ago.
very interesting.
Foreign system software includes driver, embedded software development, uh, tested or maintained by foreign individuals or entities, according to the state-run newspaper Global Times.
The state-run newspaper.
State-run newspaper.
Mm.
Ministry
Mm-hmm.
said the investigation was launched under Article 41 of China's foreign trade law, which allows the authorities to investigate foreign trade matters related to national security interests, either independently or in coordination with other relevant departments under state council. Investigators will also assess domestic demand, the effect of imports on Chinese industries, blah, 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 blah. I found that interesting, especially after what the FCC did.
That is interesting. Yeah.
I don't know the population of HP printers in China or Lexmarks
I'd guess
How about
0.
Japanese?
or Xerox
Yeah.
even.
Or doesn't Ricoh and Konica Minolta do business over there?
They all do.
Yeah.
From what I heard, and this could go back years ago, I heard that one of the largest, not the company with the most devices in the field at one time was Toshiba in the East.
Oh,
I've heard that as well.
yeah.
We've
That does
we've
sound familiar.
yeah.
Hmm, interesting.
Yeah, it is. Let's see what else we got for new. Konica Minolta finally came in with higher Q1. Did we talk about that last time? I think so.
They came in. Go on. Yeah. That's something good.
On the yeah, on the tariffs. And remember,
Oh yeah.
last week ago we spoke about Xerox taking their money early. The tariff.
Right. Right.
So lately,
That sounds like Xerox had to walk up to like the paycheck advance place, you know. The guy standing behind the
Isn't that
counter,
right, right, right.
like, what do you got? I got this tariff thing coming. What's it worth? We'll give you two-thirds of that. I'm desperate. Okay.
That sure is what it sounds like.
Oh yeah. They took it right to the bottom line.
But there's actually been a lot of chatter on the at least the news here in New York, in the New York Metro, about
Mhm.
how these companies are getting their tariff money back, and if that money, how is that money going to trickle down? Are the corporations just going to keep it, or I mean, look at our dealer centric business. Are the manufacturers, the Ricoh, the Canon, Toshiba, are they going to give that money back to the dealers, or
Hell
will
no.
they, or will they lower their prices to make up for the difference? And then the third question becomes, what about all my clients or everybody's clients that had the tariff fee baked in and had to pay a higher cost for the equipment? Are they going to get their money back?
No.
This is a very tangled web.
It's going to stop from the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah. The companies are never. It's never gonna. It's trickled as far as it's gonna trickle. It
And you
won't
know what?
go.
That's a shame because I haven't seen any of the manufacturers lower their prices yet.
Nope. That won't happen either.
I haven't seen it.
Well,
None of them have lowered their prices.
It won't.
and when was the last time you saw a leasing company lower their rates? It has nothing to do
Oh,
with the market.
when was the last time a dealership lowered their rates?
Nothing. Once it's it's a price elasticity or demand elasticity. It doesn't. You reach a point where you charge too much and your demand will go down.
Yep. So
But
we
in
go.
this case, people are used to it.
Well, we go back to who's stealing the cheese. There's a lot of cheese being stolen.
Well,
Hmm.
don't even get me going.
I can't believe that's all the only updates I had for
Let's think. Yeah,
this week.
anything copier wise? I
I
don't
got
think so.
I got Toshiba received an award for global Stevie Award that comes out every year.
What,
Um,
what's that for?
you never heard of the Stevie Award?
I have not. Please
Wow.
regale me.
Wow. So every year they seem to win something. This was Stevie Awards for Technology Excellence, celebrate the remarkable accomplishments of individuals, teams, and organizations shaping the future of technology across all industry sectors. Kevin Neal, you got to get on this next year and get Cricket's a Stevie Award.
Stevie,
That's
I'm all over it.
as in Stevie Nicks.
Just as in Stevie, Stevie.
Now, Kevin, you realize that
Um,
means you're going to have to spend the most money because that's the only way they get the awards.
Pay for play, yeah, of course. I got
More than 700 nominations across all sizes and 37 nations and territories were considered.
Yeah,
Wow.
correct. I bet.
And Toshiba got the award for their E-Tag print fleet management system, which I don't know
What the
much
hell
about.
is that? Never even heard of it. E-tag.
E-Tag, yeah.
So,
It says
so
QR enabled. And
oh,
then it goes on to say Encompass Tag and Assessment Generator. They won the Bronzy Stevie Award. So it
oh,
wasn't the gold, it was the bronze. I was about to say bronzy.
Well, I think they should win it, Art, because they're the only ones that know what it is.
good point. It's a valid point. I can deduce that it's a tag on every printer, and when you scan it, it tells you about the printer.
Right.
Oh, I bet you're right.
So
Just
it's
fantastic.
interesting. Here it says Stevie Awards, widely recognized as the world premier business awards, are nicknamed the Stevies, derives from the Greek word Stephanos, meaning crowned. Stevie Awards are conferred through, just like reading through the lines, 9 programs: Asia Pacific, German, Middle East, North Africa, and the American Business Awards. So there we go.
That's complicating it.
Additional news. Bunch of IT news I really don't care about. ECI expands office technology software portfolio with Prima Biz Control acquisition.
Wow.
No comments. So they acquired Prima Biz Control software, expanding ERP and business management software portfolio.
So they're still buying people.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
they must be huge.
They
I
have a
never,
whole lumber.
I
They've
never
got
did
other
any
accounting
research
systems.
into them.
Oh, I did a long time ago. They have a lumber accounting system for lumber yards. That's really, I think, where they got most of their business, and then they just conglomeratized everything, just bought up stuff. You know that. I mean, all the DCAs went there because I think Digital Gateway was its own account or its own company, and then ECI bought them. I think that's how it came about, and then
That
that got
sounds right.
ECI. Yeah, it got ECI into the copier industry. So, yeah.
There's more news.
Oh, good.
Ricoh named the leader in 2026 worldwide laser production printers by IDC MarketScape. I guess that's another payment that went out by Ricoh.
Yeah.
Sharp
Have a nice
recognized.
marketing department.
Sharp was now. Listen to this. Sharp recognized as a major player in IDC MarketScape worldwide laser production printers. They only got into production 12 months ago. What money can buy. Kevin Fry
Always has been.
Yeah, Kevin Fry, you'll like this one. Xerox Q2 growth accelerates with Lexmark integration and services.
Well, they should, or it would have been a bad buy, right?
Xerox continues its reinvention strategy. Company remains focused on reducing costs. Lexmark acquisition strengthens Xerox's position. A4. Didn't something just came out where the Xerox A4s are being offered?
Yeah, it was funny. I saw the video of it.
What was it?
They had this big tent, like they were gonna introduce some production machine, and they took the tarp off, and it was just a little tiny A4. It's quite funny.
I saw that too. I saw you commented on that too, didn't you?
Yeah,
I saw that.
It's pretty hilarious.
Trivia question. Can anybody on the panel name an acquisition that a copier manufacturer or sub-assembly of something like that has been successful or fruitful or has benefited the industry?
When Ricoh got DocuWare,
DocuWare.
they've been hands off with them, and DocuWare has been successful.
Yep.
So they just used their money, but they didn't influence them.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think they just let them run, and I've heard nothing
all
but
the
good
same leaders stayed on. Yeah.
That's
They
good
didn't
deal.
try to rebrand. any of that. As far as I know, the DocuWare people are still the DocuWare people that they were before the sale.
Hmm.
But they've been trying like hell to integrate it into so dealers can sell more.
Well, I just did some internal testing with the new Epson Fiery relationship, and I can tell you there's going to be changes in that world.
Yeah, I think to your point though, that's a rarity, not kind of what really happens, right?
Yeah, it's almost like all the dealers that decided they were going to be in managed MPS.
Yeah.
They didn't know how they could break a penny up in a different way, and now you got the manufacturers doing the same thing. I just don't know that our industry is so close to other industries that these things are just a natural transition.
The analogy I use are like battleships, right? They're going in one direction and it's hard to steer off, even if it's a kind of adjacent water canal. It's hard to go off course a little bit.
Yeah,
They're more like the White Line steamers, the
Yeah.
Titanic,
Oh my God.
The next piece of
but they've
news
been that.
is sorry, did you have something, Greg?
No, no, I don't. Let's go.
Ricoh delivers higher Q1 profit, maintains full year outlook, reported
Huh.
stronger physical Q1 results, and maintained its full year earnings outlook. Didn't say what the first quarter profit increase was because I just took notes. Benefited from managed IT, cloud workflow, workplace services, commercial printing, helping offset declines in print volumes. Yeah.
Wow.
Not much there.
No.
Does anybody remember? Now, you really have to be old to remember this company, Copytronics.
Well, yeah.
You do.
I don't know why, but I remember the name. What did they? Well, I remember in the sense of a dealer named that. Is that
Yeah,
wrong?
dealer. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
What
dealer.
about them?
So apparently this dealership was started by this lady, Virginia, and her husband. And they started the company back in what I'm seeing here is maybe 1972.
Okay,
So,
Capitronics.
so I picked this up in the news, developed 8 or 9 locations, grew the business. I don't know how that was spun off or who that was sold to, but I actually picked up her obit from
Oh,
Virginia, who had started it, and she passed away at 100 years old.
Oh,
no shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it says here in Jacksonville, Virginia, Paul founded Copytronics Information Systems. Well, that's different for the name at that time because everything back then was uh, Tampa copy machines or everything had copy machines in it. This had Copytronics and Information Systems in 72. Interesting.
Wow.
But grew it from a single copier dealership into 5 Florida offices. Oh, and eventually the largest Minolta copier dealership in the world. And now I remember them more.
where were they
So
out of? I wasn't listening to you.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville, Florida. Okay.
Yeah. What else we
Very
got?
familiar.
What else we got? GFI bought a TDSIT. GFI is Gordon Flesh.
No,
No.
no, it's owned by Bruce Gibbs. He got sued for using GFI because they thought it was an acronym for Go F Icon.
I was just gonna say that.
Oh,
Yeah, it's owned by Bruce Gibbs. It stands for Gibbs Family Investments.
does it?
Yeah, that's what it
I
is.
actually thought it was Gordon Flesh all these years.
Nope. Bruce was a friend of mine.
GFI Digital Companies is absolutely correct, and they've got what, 1,000 locations?
Not that many, I don't think.
I'm looking at the map here, and the map has dots all over the place.
I
Hmm.
think they merged with. That's an old name, isn't it,
Yeah, they used to be Modern
Kevin?
Business Systems.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
that. Then they got bought by Alcoa,
Yeah.
Alco Standard, we'll call it, and then they became Icon. And then Hallie's son Bruce was a vice VP, I think, for Icon, and then in Chicago, and then he left and started a GFI and got sued by Icon because they thought that it was a slight on their name, tarnishment on their name.
Hmm.
So I was looking here, and I thought it was when I first popped it up, I thought it was locations.
Yeah, they don't have 1,000 locations, no.
No, it's actually for 50,000 devices managed.
Yeah, he moves a
Oh,
lot of machines.
yeah, especially that Midwest area.
Hmm. Yep, he's been around a little bit.
Well, thanks for the clarification on that. I appreciate it. Let's see if there's anything else in the news. I think we're just about to the end of anything that happened this week. That was it. Rest of the stuff was just
Seem to be
basically
slowly.
IT
How's the demand curve out there where you're at? Are
for me.
yeah, are people buying copiers? What's the compare it to the last 41 summers?
Man curve is excellent. I thought I had a good month last month. I had a great quarter, the second quarter. I thought August was going to be, like pulling teeth.
Hmm.
Um, I figured maybe a revenue of 20 or 30K, not where I would want it to be, but with 10, 11 work days left, I think it's going to be almost 100 for August.
All right, good.
So,
Is
do I
that you,
hear?
Art?
Not
Yeah,
me.
someone's a cult. Someone's a cult. All right.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
was it you?
No, I don't have
What's
anything on.
Kevin? Kevin Fry. What's
What?
the demand curve look like in your world?
You know what? Came off of a really stellar month. The going into the next month looks really good. I'm feeling pretty good today because this guy that's pretty sneaky, he thinks that I'm a copier guy. So he was like, if you can come up with my email, I'll make an appointment. So he had to, and I have to give him a little kudos. He had a really stealthy. I had to crack my neck both directions on that one, and then I sent him a piece that let him know that he may be a cyber CISO type of guy, but guess what? You ain't met a hack like me.
Good to
So you got
know.
it. What are some of the tools of the trade of finding that email address?
So, Art is really crazy. This whole world, one company or one person or one group or whatever, make a technology, and then somebody else makes something to squash it. And all you have to do is go ask any 12-year-old, and they'll tell you right where to go get it. I mean, it's literally not even joking about it. It's
Wait,
like,
so this is like being a fifth grader?
yeah, yeah.
All right.
I literally asked one person one thing. I said, okay, I have somebody that's a CISO that absolutely has an email that isn't going to be traceable by all of the standard means that we use to find it. And I tried and it didn't. And he was like, oh, well, he's obviously not going to use a tag at the end like you're going to be familiar with. So that's going to be his conveyance is to hide that part right there. So what we got to do is blah, 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 blah. And then he went in and did this thing. And next thing I know, he's like, oh, there it is right there. I'm like, holy crap. And the only way it'll work is if you're right. So I was like, oh, yeah. Now I look a lot smarter than I really am. But the good point is I hang out with people that are smart.
You know, that's what they say about good leaders. Good leaders surround themselves with smart people.
Okay, guys, but I'm pretty excited about my website that I just released. Kevin,
I love it.
my
I love it.
is it okay?
Yeah. So it's chock full of great information. Everybody should go check it out.
Well, the reason I say it is because it's so difficult to keep. So if you talk to somebody in a conversation and they go, "Well, send me that information."
It's
Next thing you know,
there.
you got, well, yeah, if you don't have it there, you got 20 minutes of rounding it up,
Hmm.
and then you wonder if you left anything out. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to build this thing
Yep.
and put all the verticals in there and just make it happen.
So Kev, when the recording of this is posted online, then make sure to go put it in the link because people can't reference it unless we do that. So remember to do that. Come back in a couple of days when Art posts it.
Where's he posted on YouTube?
YouTube.
YouTube. Yep.
All right, show me how to do that, Art, and I'll do that. Or Kevin, one of you.
I will. I will.
But yeah, I've been literally getting, and that was what I sent him was that link to let him know that I knocked on the door and got in. So
All right. Nice.
yeah, it was really. But it's like somebody younger had to figure it out. I would have never got it on my own. I mean, that was the point. So anyway.
I actually popped it in the link in the chat. So the chat should pick that up.
Oh, okay.
The
Thank you.
transcript in the transcript. So
Yeah, and I've had like a pretty good outpouring of people. I had a 7,000 volume in 1 hour. So I thought that was pretty good considering it just hit
It's pretty
the
good.
S for and it just hit Google's analytics
7,000 hits on the webpage
in 1 hour.
for a brand new website. Wow.
Right. That's what we were all looking at. We were thinking that was wrong. We're like, that can't be right. And then
Wow.
I went on the web link of on the analytics of Google, and they had the exact same pop that we had.
Wow.
So we're trying to figure that part out because do you use Cloudflare?
I don't. I mean, I know of it, but I don't use it.
Well, we're not completely sure what the information's meaning on that part. We don't know if that's nanoseconds or if that's
No, I launched a cyber site the other day too, so I want to make sure.
where do you do your dashboard at?
I use I have a virtual private server, and I have like AWS stats. I have
Oh,
a
okay.
stats engine. Yeah, I didn't get 6,000, 7,000 hits. You
Yeah.
must be done something right.
Well, I put a post out on LinkedIn also.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if that had anything to do people coming home
Yeah.
and probably
Yeah.
browsing it. I mean, I don't know. It's not I mean, it's not exciting stuff, but it's accurate stuff. And it's all agnostic, so it's not.
so let me ask you a question. Have you used any of the AI agents yet to
Uh,
actually say, hey, I'm interested in output security. What company would you recommend?
no, I haven't done anything. I just needed it because every time I would have a conversation, it was going to take me another 20 minutes to wrangle it all up. And then I started building this little bit of a repository because I thought, okay, if I just have it all on my computer, I can just pop the links in and go. And then I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, this is still not what I would call professional in my mind. I mean, I want to deliver an outcome, not more work. So then I decided to sit down and said, okay, I need to figure out how to use JSON and so CSS and some of those different languages. And I was like, okay, I think I can figure this out. And next thing I know, I was like going on the YouTube commander trying to learn how to use these things and figured out that, I think I can do this.
Yeah, it's nice. It's chock full of information. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, very
Yeah.
nice.
It'll
Yeah,
be a
the only
great.
reason I mention the AI is because more people actually finding my Jersey plotter site via AI.
How do you do that?
Just put enough content out there that they're going to scroll through, as far as I know. AI told me basically start writing more content asking questions.
Yep.
So that would be the how do I prevent my printer getting hacked? and then
Right.
you go and write content on it. Or with a lot of your stuff, I would take some of those. I was just on your site. I'm still on your site.
All the regulations, like what's the regulations
yeah.
happening with NIST and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, or what is governance and accountability for printers? What is how does inventory and criticality, I can't even speak today. How does that affect my business? And see if that starts coming up in AI.
I'll do that this weekend.
Is your stuff on GitHub?
Yeah, I use GitHub to push it into Cloudflare.
Hey, you guys, both of you guys said there was business is pretty good. That's great. So what's driving the business? Are you just that good of salespeople and you can find people's email addresses, or is there some kind of universal force that's driving uh, more purchases?
Well, I will. One of the first things I'll say is the my Jersey Plotter site. I'm getting 5 to 6 leads a month.
That's a
That's
great, and
pretty
they're
good.
solid leads. They're solid
They're
leads.
solid leads. Yeah. Today I even got, I'm going to play technician on Monday. I got somebody who called me about needing service on an HP wide format. And we don't service HPs.
Of
But
course you do.
I didn't tell them I did service the HPs. And I said, I'd be more than happy to stop out and do a comp call and see if I can figure out what's wrong with the machine for you. So
Correct.
my weekend work will be digging in, trying to figure out what's going on with this machine. But anyway, it's an engineering company. They've got a wide format already, and if the odds are, if you call HP, they're not going to answer the phone. They're going to say the machine's out of support, or they're going to want to charge you $500 to put somebody on site. So potentially, it may not be a lead now, but I get to meet the owner of the company. And who knows what may come down the road.
Yes.
And I would say that I'm discovering how to make a traditionally an outbound business model become an inbound business model.
Oh, that's great. That's kind
Awesome.
of yeah, and that's scalable.
And I
You
think
don't
that's
have
what
to.
Art's doing too.
Yep.
Yeah, good for you guys.
Yeah, because everybody still wants to go out and be traditional.
Mhm.
And literally there's just, how many doors could you walk to, Art, today that would be locked? They won't
And
even they
in
don't
New
even let
York
you in.
Metro,
Yeah.
I would say probably 50%. You need a key code to get in with doors locked.
Yep.
You got to intercom in, and sometimes, most of the time, they don't answer the intercom, or they come to the door, they don't open the door,
Yep.
and you're
Yep.
trying to speak through a pane of glass.
Yep.
I'd say the
But
other 50% are open, but most of that 50% is not the ones I want to get into.
no, and they're miffed that you're standing there taking up their space.
Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
that's interesting, guys. So I got a bit of news if you want to like go on to this thing. So you're saying there's an uptick in business because you guys are doing the right thing with lead generation and inbound instead of outbound. But I found this isn't news, but I saw an interesting article from a leasing company, and they were talking about it was entitled "Go onto the imagingchannel.com." And there's a blog article entitled Windows 11 is changing print. And usually I wouldn't pay attention to that because okay, it's changing.
You already know it. Yeah.
But it was talking about this internet print protocol and driverless. But it was from a leasing company. It wasn't from a technology company per se, right?
Right.
It wasn't a managed print company, it wasn't an OEM. And they were talking about the refresh cycles. And because, it's coming where IPP is being enforced, like not overnight.
Hmm.
They weren't claiming doom and gloom, and they said it's going to be maybe a couple years before the reality sets in that you have to do this. But they're saying that, if you don't have an IPP supported printer, you have to get a new one, and they want to finance that, right? That was the point. But they talked about this IPP and the disruption, and it's going to probably cause an upturn in refreshing devices. So
Mhm.
actually a good thing for the industry. But at the same time, they were talking about instead of just fixing a problem, this was an opportunity, and it said a new print architecture is emerging. So the opportunity to do something new instead of just a replacement, add something, do something. And it was interesting coming from them and explaining that way is that instead of taking a negative and oh my God, I have to replace my printer and I have to replace this vendor with that vendor just because, this IPP thing, take it as an opportunity. And it was talking to dealers, take it as an opportunity. And your talk track isn't, well, you have to do it. No, say you want to do it and this is why you want to do it, and then lean into things like, oh, okay, since we're having to replace it, and you have to finance it, then why don't you look for this spec, a post-quantum encrypted device, for example, right? So it was a really good article. I suggest everybody go on the imaging channel, read it. It's entitled Windows 11 is Changing Print.
Yeah, I saw the article. I didn't read it because next week I've got a 3-hour drive to corporate because we're having an entire meeting on that whole print driver
really?
issues. Yeah.
Really? Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Kevin, I've talked to a couple of manufacturers about exactly what you were just talking about, and I did read that article as well. But so if you really take this for consideration, imagine somebody like Canon, somebody like Xerox, Epson, HP. They've got how many models do you think they have out there that they would have to architect or configure? They're only going to take like 2 years back. That's it. They're going to create the triage themselves. They're like, it's not going to happen. If it's older than this model, you're out of luck.
Yep. Okay.
You better go to USB or something because
I agree.
So that's just going to be a massive vacuum in our industry as far as that part of it goes.
Well, it's gonna happen to all those people that held on to their machines that are 7+ years old.
Kevin, what did you say about USB?
Well, I was saying that they're going to be orphaned from anything with a network to do any other thing with their devices. They're not going to be able to do anything.
Right. Well, if they go USB, I mean, that's, and I'm asking, I don't know. Is that akin to the old parallel port?
I don't even know if USB would even be a way around it because they'd still have to have some form of a driver. I kind of misspoke
Oh, yeah, it's
on
Windows.
that a little bit, but yeah.
No. I see where you were trying to go with it. I get it. So we'd have to go back to DOS 3.2.
Well, even print servers are under attack.
Right.
I mean, if you ask an IT company or their people, what's your number one vector that you're getting your attack point? They're going to tell you it's going to be. They're going to say HTTP, and they're going to tell you their print structure.
So if you get away from the servers and just print direct, you can use any. Well, no, it's Windows.
You don't even have to. No, you don't even have to print direct. You could make a PDF out of the document and stick the thumb drive in the copier.
You could do that
and print your documents.
Well, you got to bypass the whole Windows thing. So, but if you did that, could you still get the full capabilities of the printer?
Yeah. So a company like Ricoh, they make what's called the docked server. And once you have the digital file in the docked server, you can access all of the additional options, the 3-hole punch, the finishing, the booklet maker, everything.
Well, so from the desktop, you can't do it because it's through Windows.
Unless you didn't add the last update to where they kill it.
Yeah.
But that's not really feasible.
You could run a DOS session.
But that was the point of her article is that there's a bunch of workarounds and people will continue to do that until they have to. At some point, you'll be like, dude, I'm running DOS on USB or something, right?
Right, yeah.
And I got some print server that's 15 years old out there. And eventually they're gonna be like, I gotta get rid of this, right? And do it right.
I appreciate the talk track on this because this actually gave me the next blog I'm gonna write.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, here's the whole thing. It's gonna be. Go ahead, Art.
The workaround for the workaround if you have a Ricoh print device.
You're advocating bad habits.
Well, here's the bad habit. People are going to realize they don't need to print.
Oh, they're already realizing that,
And
Greg.
that's scary, Greg, because if you,
That's scary.
yeah,
Yeah,
now
it's the
like
way.
they'll just like, do I really want to do this upgrade or I just find a better workflow? And I have to bite the bullet now, one way or the other, right?
It's just another, question. Do I have to print this? Really? Do I
Yes.
have to go through
Or
this?
let me
Yeah.
just give this thumb drive to Jimmy and say, Jimmy, take this,
Go
go put it
print
in
it.
the machine and make me some prints.
Right.
And Jimmy's the one that's not capable of clearing a paper jam, but he's going to be able to execute that flawlessly, right, Art?
Well, yeah, because he's
Yeah.
probably younger and grew up on computers and all that
He's
other.
gonna have to figure out what a USB thing is anyway. I mean, they don't know what that is.
Really?
The the thumb drives.
Yeah.
But
Well,
but
who
that's the
uses
th
thumb drives?
but again, like really there's probably a lot of unnecessary print and they're going to say, "Hey, can we eliminate this?" Right? And it's a time
That
to
might
do it.
happen. That might
Yeah,
happen.
absolutely.
It's at the end user's level, right?
Yeah.
So if IT just says upgrades it, and you go out and you try and print something and it doesn't do it the right way, you're gonna think of a different way to do it, or hell, I'll just email it to them.
Well, look at us. We're running a multi-million-dollar business and we don't print at all.
Oh, us. Well, we don't. I haven't printed in 10, 11. What year is it? Since 2011.
I print occasionally when I have to go out in the field. Occasionally.
Yeah, I shouldn't say it. I've printed less than a quarter of a ream in a decade.
Hey, can we talk AI? Can we talk AI real quick too? Because I also got one other thing. So
Here we go. You want to talk
remember,
AI? Let's
so,
go.
so these guys. So I was on a rampage about this OpenAI getting out of the jailbreak and going to hack hugging phase. So I was going on that talk track just because I read the headlines, right? Then Anthropic,
Hmm.
all of a sudden they come in. The Aura agent was, and somebody on one of these calls said, "Hey, man, Kevin, listen." That was by intention. These companies want to have this perception that their AI is so great that it's hacking everything. So I heard it from that person, then I heard it from another person that dug deeper into this. And that was like these headlines that you're reading. Oh, AI is so powerful, AI agent. They let it out of the sandbox. Then they told it to go to I mean, I don't know these exact details, but basically it wasn't this rogue AI agent like you would read in the
Nope.
headlines. It was all fabricated for, press, I think. I don't know. That was that.
No, it
100%.
is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
Okay.
Anthropic started it a long time ago. Yeah, we talked about that here, I think.
Yeah.
Kevin and I were
Yeah.
saying, yeah, it's all marketing. They have a good marketing budget right before the IPO. Stay in the headlines, stay in the headlines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sensationalize it.
Yep.
They say no news is bad news, or
No news
no
is
news
yeah,
is
it's
the is
bad. No
bad.
news is bad news. As long as it's in the paper,
Yeah, there's no bad press.
That's
no
right.
bad press. Well, what happened then? What else happened in AI? I mean, there's so much stuff, but I don't even know if I want to talk about it.
These companies are spending like crazy on data centers and
Oh
infrastructure
my
still,
God.
but it's paying off for some of them. I mean, Microsoft crushed it, AWS crushed it. I
Yeah.
think all of them.
Oracle
Space
did.
Oracle did, and SpaceX is spending like crazy. I mean, their stock's down a lot, but I mean, everybody is just like investing like there's no tomorrow. Still, I
Well,
don't.
what
So
was one of the
Yeah.
heavy equipment guys went through the roof. All the construction that's going out with DCs, they're buying
Yeah.
all the equipment. The graders, all those stuff. That's what it's not John Deere. It's one of those big
Cat.
construction. Cat. I think it was
Uh,
Cat. They had a record year. And like, have you seen the stock market the last few days?
Oh, it's been
I
crazy.
mean, it's 1,000 points. What?
54,000
Uh,
on down. Yeah.
S&P
It
S&P
went
went
up.
up. S&P rose about 300 from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
You won't hear about it though. No one's talking. You know what I mean? It's like no one's saying anything about it. I don't hear about it on the news that much, but it's happening. And then what? The barrel's down. What? It's below 80, 75
77,
dollars,
I think. I think I heard
77.
77 today.
That's the sweet. That's right where it should be. Around 80, 77 up there. That's rocking. Um, I've heard much more about DCs getting protested. Have you guys? I mean, I think that's kind of settled, or maybe they've all been protested out. I don't know. And then Musk just released he wants to build the largest manufacturing location in the world, and it's huge. And he wants to build chips, like
Oh yeah.
from raw materials in to finished goods out, like the
What
old
country?
here,
Okay.
the
That's a
U.S.
plus.
Now, that's what he wants to do, but there's going to be anti-Musk and anti-this, and he'll end up putting it on the moon. So I mean, it's huge, 100. I don't know. It's out there somewhere. You guys can check it out. And you don't know if it's real or not, but he wants to do totally vertically integrated chips because compute is the next thing that's going to eat
Right.
everything.
So
So,
yeah, one of our talk tracks for next week actually is about chips as well and how it's going to affect the pricing. We spoke about that 2 or 3 weeks ago.
hmm yeah,
Copy
we'll see.
manufacturers are the last one to get chips.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're seeing
Another
it.
reason.
We're seeing it already, and like yeah, and some of the vintage audio equipment and stuff like that. You're seeing shortages and
Oh,
stuff. All those
oh,
resources are being
wow.
used up.
So this is going to make companies that are in the ITAD space, um, they're going to make some money because they're going to have those PCs coming back, servers coming back, notebooks coming back, and they're just going to strip out whatever chips they can, whatever memory they can.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but the problem with a lot of that stuff, it's all PCB. It's not through hole.
All right.
So
Interesting. The old stuff is really the old stuff.
yeah,
It won't work.
but the
Yeah,
old
that's
stuff
another
uses
thing
the
I've been.
minerals.
Yeah, so you can grind them back up and recoup from that
Yep.
side,
Yeah.
but you can't get anything new tech out of it. Boy, and I mean, Nvidia is getting all sorts of competition now with their GPUs. I don't know the technicalities. Someone's talking about stacked chips, all this stuff that's supposed to compete with the GPUs from Nvidia. But when I read it, it's like, yeah, you're just patching it all together. The actual processing is still GPU Nvidia. That's where the trick is. So I can tell. We talked about it before. I don't think any of those old models are actually going to work or as well as the Nvidias. They're just going to process faster, but still digital, like the old school. I don't know, Kevin. What do you hear about stuff like that? The chips and the GPUs versus the regular, all these other competitors trying to compete with Nvidia.
So it's interesting you bring that up because somebody just had a breakthrough 2 weeks ago that's going to change these entire plants. So they're actually down to be able to stack these chips now. This new place in this new company, and they're doing it with wavelengths. That's how
Mm.
thin the films are.
hmm
So it's adding a different. I mean, it's going to be a little bit crazy when it comes to that part of it, I think.
Yeah, and then I heard more about photonic processing that came up again. I think last week or so. Light process, light. I don't know. The light. I don't know. We'll see. We're waiting for like an ARM chip that is cheap, efficient, and you can do LLMs and AI right in your hand, right on your phone locally. That's going to be the trick, right? Instead of going up to the cloud, dependent on the cloud, you can process right there.
On the edge, yeah. Yep, exactly.
Yeah,
Because they're saying
that's
that
it.
most of the energy consumption, you think it's the chips, but it's the transmission and I think they call it RV or RC delay or something. But the transmission of
Hmm.
data back and forth that could be unnecessary, right? If you optimize the edge computing and then you'd only send data when you have to.
Yep.
Not
Right.
every transmission needs to be sent, and and that's where a lot of energy is being consumed is the
Hmm.
transmission itself. So
It's
these
the up and
chip,
down. Yeah.
yeah, so you make a more efficient chip on the edge and optimize and utilize all that stuff. Yep.
Yeah, I would have to agree
Okay.
that that's going to be. And have you noticed that intellectual property has got a real short window life now?
Yeah,
I
there is
mean,
no such thing.
anything that gets created is like gone in like a month. It's
Yep.
out of here. Yep.
I mean, the end of that is like that's what the creative industry is really afraid of. They're not afraid of AI. They're afraid of losing IP, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yep.
It's the IP is going away, trademarks, copyrights. It won't matter. And that industry is a whole industrial complex. It is
Yep.
not about the creatives. It's not about the artists. It's about the agents, the companies, and the money.
I know we're running out of time, but Greg, we got to talk. We were supposed to talk about Project Panama, but maybe we can come back to that in a week or two.
Good,
I
because
know.
I forgot all about it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was bringing it up. So
Sweet.
I think Art's got to go to dinner.
we'll have a good chat about that.
I'm hungry. Do you guys know this is our 121st episode?
Impressive.
We've hit 121.
Hey, and next week is going to be our first year Crickets Continuum. It'll be on the Thursday is the actual day, but Friday we should do something. Ooh.
Yeah, all robots, all
Guns
AMRs.
and fire trucks and hookers. Yeah.
We'll use iRobot as the intro.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. I have a ton of all right, that's cool. I forgot about that. Let's try and remember that.
So everyone, it's
Right.
it's 5:04 on the East Coast. I'm Art from New Jersey. Michael Kevins from San Jose. Greg is from somewhere in a bunker in Michigan.
Northern Command.
Northern Command, and Kevin Fry is somewhere close to Omaha, I believe.
Figure I got it.
We want to thank everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next week, always on Friday, always at 4 o'clock East Coast time. Enjoy.
See you guys.
Yep.
All right.
Bye-bye.